I'm pharmacist Rory Blake, continuing our conversation from yesterday. To circle back around, basically I figured out that the microbiome is responsible for aging, and I promised that I had at least 30 pieces of evidence and that I would present them once a day. And the cool thing about it is, the very first one I'm going to present is if not my first, it's my second best piece of evidence that backs up my hypothesis. So basically what we got is, before I was a pharmacist, I took a degree in biology from the University of North Carolina. And I hope you don't mind me doing this discussion while I walk. I can only fit it in. But I took a degree in biology, and so I'm pretty good at setting up experiments and things that are scientific. So I chose fish for my subject to study. And the main reason is that I'm thinking that the bacteria in the gut are the parasites. So if you don't prove that it's parasites, then people don't believe it. And people don't believe that the gut's parasites anyway, because it's not like a tapeworm where you've got a tapeworm that gets bigger and bigger. You end up with a whole bunch of little bacteria that go away in the stools and you don't notice them. So it's hard to believe. Another reason for the fish is that the fact that they're 20-pound bass. Every fisherman that I know would love to have a 20-pound bass. And they're not unusual, but I mean they are kind of unusual, but they're not unheard of. But in order to be 20 pounds, a bass has to be between 8 and 12 years old. The mean age of adult bass is like 2.5 years. So basically we've got fish that are 4 times the age of the average age. So what that means is that they're living a lot longer. And so I had to discover why they were living so much longer. And the answer is, the big old bass eat their fry. And before people start going out and eating their children or fecal transplants from their children, it doesn't work in humans, but it's the basic things there. I've been able to culture complete microbiomes in fish, and because it's in a tank, I capture everything that's in the tank, and therefore when the bacteria leaves in the stool, you know, I have accounted for in my deal. But with baby fish, they pick up their bacteria from the water as well. And so when the old fish eats the baby fish, since fish don't have acid stomachs like humans or other land animals, the baby of course dies and gets digested, but the bacteria that's in the baby's intestines becomes incorporated into the old fish, and basically it renews the old guy every year. So that's how it can live for 12 or so years, because it's reconfiguring its gut microbiome to that of a young fish periodically. So I figured out exactly what it is that's happening, and it's not the same thing as in humans, but it's really similar. So the explosive growth of bacteria acts in a parasitic manner, and so your body thinks it's being attacked by parasites, and your amino acids go away. I mean, bacteria normally make their own amino acids, but when they're in explosive growth mode, they use yours. So basically what happens is that you make a lot of bacteria, and it starves you to death over time. So that's not the coolest one, but it's got to be the second coolest thing that I'm going to reveal in this series. So thank you for your time, and really appreciate the support for this channel, because this could be a $1 billion, $10 billion idea if I just go ahead and, or if the patent office would do something. But I'm really good at developing drugs, so I have a couple in the hopper ready to go. But it's not right. But anyway, if you can support this channel, tell your friends and pass it along, then people won't be dying as fast as they normally, or they have been. They don't age as fast, so it does a real good job. Thanks again for your time.